What up, boxing world? JF Sports. Let's talk boxing. Gennady Golovkin is being criticized because supposedly he said he's scared of David Lemieux. Now, as you guys know, David Lemieux was somewhat straightforward, candid at the kickoff press conference, and yes, Gennady was somewhat probably intimidated, but scared. I don't know about that. Yes, Gennady Golovkin. He smiles, laughs and waves at people like a little kid, kind of like how Manny Pacquiao does. But if you guys see the face-offs and obviously his fights, Golovkin is nowhere near scared of any opponent. This dude comes forward, is very aggressive. He is an offensive fighter. And yes, he might have said some things, in those nature, but that's not what he meant. Gennady Golovkin don't speak very good English. As a matter of fact, that's his second language, and people that don't understand that, especially these criticisms and these critics, are the ones that don't speak another language. All right, I can relate to Gennady Golovkin because I do speak another language, and English is my second language. So there's some things that we want to say and we mean, but we can't really express it. Same as Manny Pacquiao. All right, and every little thing, obviously, Gennady Golovkin is center of attention. Especially being at the podium by himself and being asked questions and answering questions, and he can't really answer him how he wants to answer him. Hell, if he has an interpreter next to him at all times, then yes, we might get a different answer. But there's some things that he said. I know my job is very short, and this is a very big job. There's some things that a regular American dude would not really say. He'd say some else in those in those lines, other than saying my job is very short. I know what he means, but that's not what he meant. He says it's very exciting, amazing for me, and scary. I'm little scared. I'm a regular guy. I'm not a crazy guy. Maybe 1%, because I understand my situation. I understand this is a sport, not a game. This is scary. I am scared. Why not? That's what he's being criticized. Those are the exact words that Golovkin had said today, and he's being criticized over that. That, oh man, Gennady Golovkin is scared of David Lemieux. Oh, David Lemieux might do something to him, or maybe David Lemieux had said something at the press conference that made Gennady Golovkin, shaking his boots. No, that's not the case here. Gennady Golovkin can't really express what he says, and this stupid criticisms is really irritating, and I don't get it, man. I don't know, man. It's just that some idiots fucking thinks that, Gennady Golovkin just say things and he means it. That's not what he freaking means. He doesn't speak very good English. He's getting better at it, but that's not what he really means. What he really means is he's being a nice guy. In my opinion, what he's saying is just being a nice guy of how Golovkin is. He's just saying that, yes, I will be careful. I know this is a sport, or this is a sport, not a game, or vice versa, whatever, but I'm prepared. It's probably somewhat of a whatchamacallit, somewhat of a test to him. I strongly believe that instead of using the word scared that Golovkin had said, he probably mean careful. He probably means, I'm careful, I'm cautious, not scared. He just can't find the other words, somewhat of a synonym to scared, But that's not really what he means, and he's being criticized for that, and it's ridiculous. I don't see anything whatsoever on Golovkin's shape or form that this dude is scared of David Lemieux. All right, David Lemieux is not a scary dude. All right, I got respect for David Lemieux, and like I said, for taking his fight, and and facing Golovkin. And yes, he had said already some few things, kind of like from fighting words, like, there will be blood, or I'm not here to be Golovkin's friend, and that he will win this fight. He knows he will win this fight. I mean, he said those things already. I get it. It's a boxing match, and you need to hype up the fight. You need to talk some crap in order for you to be competitive, so to speak. I get it, man. I get it. But that's, Golovkin is far from being scared of David Lemieux. All right, just to clarify that, it's some stupid criticisms, and it's just ridiculous. Let me see. Somebody said here that said this critics said that Golovkin is nervous about fighting David Lemieux. Who has already been beaten twice. Now Golovkin, everything Golovkin does, or vice versa, everything David Lemieux does, Golovkin does better. Fought Rosado, David Lemieux that is, whooped his ass, and guess what? Golovkin did worse. He brutally whooped his ass. All right, and then David Lemieux fights, who is that? Marco Antonio Rubio, which he was knocked out. Gennady Golovkin knocked out freaking Marco Antonio Rubio in 2 rounds last year. There's nowhere that I see here that Golovkin is scared. All right, that's not what he means. That's not what he meant. It's just that that's all the only words that came in his head at the time. Just let's not get it twisted. It's some stupid people, man. It's like, okay, let me write an article about Gennady Golovkin because he's scared of David Lemieux. What kind of crap is this? Golovkin is 33-0 with 30 knockouts. Where do you see scared between those freaking records, between that resume? Where do you see scared there? None. Nowhere. Unreal, bros. I don't know, man. I mean, as we get closer to the Golovkin versus Lemieux fight, like I said before, there's going to be some controversies. There's going to be some criticisms. And there's always going to be critics. But it's just, sometimes it's, oh my God. It's just, I can't do this. You know what I mean? It's like ridiculous. Golovkin had said here that David Lemieux is my toughest fight yet. I highly doubt that. It's very interesting. This is a big step up for me. Like Golovkin, he's talking like he is the underdog in this fight. That's not what he means, man. He's just being humble. You guys seen how he freaking shook David Lemieux's hand on the kickoff press conference? He shook it like I said before when I made a video, and you guys probably seen that already. I said when Gennady Golovkin shook David Lemieux's hand, he shook it like he hasn't seen a friend in a long time. He shook it hard. He even shook it and grabbed the other hand, and I mean, it was 2 handshakes. I mean, it was crazy. It was like a very, very friendly, just a nice guy. That's all it is, man. Don't take freaking Gennady Golovkin's kindness for weakness. All right, don't do that. And I hope David Lemieux doesn't either. Like I said, I got mad respect for David Lemieux for being a competitive fighter. But other than that, man, I'm not just gonna judge Gennady Golovkin that he's scared of David Lemieux, even though that's what he said. If you believe that you must really not understand, Golovkin. Period. You must not really follow him. You must not really know that dude doesn't speak very good English. English is a second language. He's still learning. You guys seen the kickoff press conference? He didn't even say much, even though I can feel it. I can feel it that he wanted to say more. He just couldn't say anything else. He just couldn't spit it out. Had there been an interpreter in that podium, he would have said more and we would have heard different things. I guarantee you. But anyway, I thought I'd give you guys my thoughts on that one. Golovkin being criticized because he said that he's scared of David Lemieux. Well, you can believe that, and I hope David Lemieux doesn't believe that neither, because if that's what he believes, then he'd be overconfident and cocky coming inside the ring, and next thing you know, he's out. He's out in 1 or 2. I mean, that's just my opinion. Well, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, as always, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.